Well, welcome to another edition of Gateways to Glendale College. I'm Deb Kinley, your host, and today we've had an experience like no other, and we're going to talk to Mr. Haas and a few others today before we let you see the program. Mr. Haas, come on in.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Good. Nice to meet you. So tell us about this Gene Haas Foundation, named after you.
Well, the Gene Haas Foundation is basically involved in providing scholarships and assistance to different colleges like Glendale Community College to help students pursue an avenue in manufacturing.
Okay.
Whether they go to school or whether they want to learn how to run a CNC machine tool like you see here, that's what these scholarships are for.
To learn how to use the machines.
Right, exactly. It's instead of taking a class where you sit down and you write things in a book or you study history, you can actually take a hands-on class and learn how to run a CNC machine.
Okay.
Actually, the money goes to the Society of Manufacturing Engineers, which is the SME, and they take that money and they will distribute it to individual students to help them with a scholarship, to help them pay tuition or books or whatever they need to be able to complete a course.
And how many students will this money affect or reach, or who will benefit? How many?
I don't know the exact numbers, but we've contributed millions and millions of dollars over the years to help kids with, completing their education. Well, we also help schools purchase this kind of equipment too, so they can have them in their labs. And it's a monumental thing. It's in terms of us. It's a lot of money, and we think it goes to a worthwhile cause because we want students to learn how to build or how to work on American-made machine tools because we need the new entry-level manufacturers in the U.S.
We're standing here in the Glendale College, I would say machine shop for lack of a better title. And I see behind you a machine that has Haas on its name, and there's a big computer screen back there. So it looks like things are becoming more and more computerized here in our world.
Well, that's true. A long time ago, probably if you went back to the days of Greece when they used to have shop class and kids would go to school and work on old cars. Well, things have become a lot more complex. Cars today are more complex and so are machine tools.
Yes.
They're no longer wheels or handles that you turn by hand. There's a computer that drives them, and that's what you're seeing there. This is what we call CNC machinery, and it stands for computerized numerical control. So there's a computer that actually drives this machine tool. Now you probably hear about things like 3D manufacturing, where you take these additive machines and you can make all these kind of neat little things off of your computer. Well, this works in conjunction with those in the sense those make plastic, these make metal parts.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. This is enlightening. Maybe we'll see some of the products of the machines here a little bit later today.
Great.
Thank you so much. Nice talking with you.
Thank you.
And now we're going to meet Jay Phillips. How are you today, sir?
Fine, thank you very much.
Great.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Great. Well, tell us how you come to be here today at this
This is a
wonderful
very
event.
important event for us. My role in this is as the general manager for the distribution center for Los Angeles and Ventura counties. And there's been a disconnect between our customers or the manufacturing group, right? The employers, the builders, and the curriculum of many of the schools.
Okay.
But not the case here. We're seeing this improving across Southern California, and Glendale Community College is a great example of that. Before 5 years ago, I'd say, many of these schools had a majority of manual machines, right, that were done the old way. The craftsmanship of making a part using a manual machine. That's not what the manufacturers need today. They need CNC machines. And Glendale has done an excellent job of bringing in the technology that the employers in this area, all of Southern California, need. Specifically, most of these machines here are mills and lathes. So the mill is a turning spindle that's used to make parts. A lathe is it makes round parts, okay, because it turns them. But the manufacturers are also looking for an ability to have a fourth axis. Most of these machines are 3-axis that you normally see, but at Glendale, they've taken on 4th axis and 5th axis capability to teach that so that their students can go out into the world of work locally and throughout the region with the kind of skills that my customers and their employers need to see.
are looking for.
Yes.
Very good. Well, thank you. How long have you been with Haas?
I've been with the Haas Factory Outlet since 2009.
Haas Factory Outlet. Now that sounds like, like a clothing store, but
It really was intended to be a dedicated place where customers could come, see machines that are on the ground, see demonstrations done. And so the Haas Factory Outlet was a model that was created by Gene Haas to be able to offer that across the land, and been very successful. It is the Haas Factory Outlet because it is an outlet for Gene Haas's products.
Very good, very good. Well, thank you so much for visiting with us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, sir. Well, as you can see now, I've got quite a crew here to talk to. So, Aram, why don't you tell us who you are and how you're, what you do here at Glendale College?
My name is Aram Ohanis, and I'm the department chair and faculty for the computer-aided manufacturing program here at Glendale Community College. I have been here for 12 years, and I have seen this place grow from only 2 computer-aided manufacturing machines, CNC machines, to 12 machines now. And
one
obviously,
for every year you've been here.
Just about, yeah.
Okay.
Just about, yeah. If you do, I guess if you put it in that perspective, yes, one for every year. And the program has grown a great deal. Our student load is approximately 150 to 200 students per semester. And we also fill up classes for every summer and winter session that we have. We've also have added manufacturing, which is some people in the industry call it 3D manufacturing, 3D printing, that is. We have laser capacities, and we have full quality control and quality assurance classes that we're about to introduce as well very soon. So yeah, we've grown quite a bit here.
Sounds like.
Yeah.
So why don't you introduce these gentlemen here on
Alan
our
Ovsepian
side.
here has been a student of mine for 2 semesters, approximately 2 or going on to 3. And he's a veteran, and he's improved quite a bit. And you can ask him a few questions regarding where he's at with it and where he started. I believe he'll put that in better perspective than I would.
Okay, Alan, so why don't you tell us where you started and where you're headed with the machine shopping and CNCing?
Well, I started with a group. It was a veterans group, a special accelerated program they had put together. It was a collaboration between the Verdugo Job Center and the school.
Okay.
And that kind of got my foot in the door, and kind of been pursuing it ever since.
Job Center, so the Employment Development Department
Exactly,
office.
yeah.
Okay,
with the
all
state,
right.
I guess there was a special program they were building with the school,
Okay.
and I got lucky enough to get enrolled into that.
So you've been here a couple years now?
Yeah. Now I'm pursuing. I want to further my education, and I want to pursue my associates in manufacturing.
Great.
So that's what I've been doing so far.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to be on our show today. And this
we
young
have
man.
Ara Sarkisian here, who I've known for about 12 years almost. He was one of my first early on students, and he's no longer a student, but in this field we're always students. We never grow out of that. We always keep learning, and we got him into the STEP program at JPL, and now he's a full-time employee going on 6 years, I believe, at JPL.
Excellent.
So he's a full-time, not a contract, full-time employee of
Very
JPL.
good.
Graduate of Glendale College, but a pro now.
So what one thing would you say that you got from being here helped you the most?
Being in school.
Being
Being in school. Yeah, because in this industry is like lifetime. What are you learning? It's just you cannot be in a school like a year or 2 and then you say, "Oh, I'm done."
You're done.
You gotta keep up with all this technology and
It's changing.
yeah.
I think that's a great place to be. I love learning, and we're here for Glendale College, and we're all about learning. And I like to be in an industry that doesn't just get stale, that you keep learning.
Well, this one never
and
gets
growing.
stale. Because technology and softwares continuously change, and we have to keep up with it. And we do. Glendale College has done a great job in keeping up with the changes, with the advancements.
I have heard about, and I suppose maybe we'll do a show on the 3D printer one of these days.
That would be
And
fun.
Everyone says,
That would be fun.
3D printer? What is that?
Well, it's
So-
basically a 2D printer on paper in 3D format. Instead of printing on paper, it'll melt plastic and form any 3D shape. It's easy enough. But
Easy?
it sounds easy, and it is. It's not that hard, actually. It's a matter of pushing a few buttons.
Push a few buttons.
You know,
all
which,
right.
as long as you know which buttons to push.
Right. Okay. Well, Thank you, Aram,
Thank you.
so much
Pleasure.
for coming and talking with us today. We had
Pleasure.
such a great program earlier. So
Thank you. Thank you.
stay tuned and you can see that great program that we're talking about. So another person we have today is Jan Swinton, and she's our Dean of Workforce Development at Glendale College. How are you today, Jan?
I'm great. We had such a wonderful event today and such a great turnout of our local educators, local legislators, our business and industry partners. It was just a tremendous day of support and just showing how we're all partnering together to train our local workforce for tomorrow's high-tech, high-wage jobs.
For tomorrow's high-tech, high-wage jobs. That
Exactly.
sounds really wonderful. How will the money get dispersed?
Okay, so for this, it's coming through the Society of Manufacturing Engineers Foundations,
Okay.
SMEF.
Okay.
And so the Gene Haas Foundation is giving the money to them, and then students in manufacturing can apply for these scholarships, and they will disperse the money. And it'll be across the nation, but really because manufacturing is so important to America, and a study was just cited last week in the LA Times, and Los Angeles is the third in the nation for manufacturing,
Surprising.
following Houston and New York. So we feel like this is really good timing, and what we're doing here with our partners and working so closely with Haas and our other partners to train our local workforce. And we're excited having veterans come back and helping them update their skills, because maybe it wasn't computer programming before, but they have all these really fine skills and they just need to update them for today's job market.
Great. Now, earlier I heard the phrase "a wounded warrior." Can you tell us about that?
I can't tell you as much. It is an organization, though, to help the wounded warriors to get back into the workforce and so it's separate from just the general things that are available to veterans. It's in addition to, I should say. And so we have a new Veterans Center here that has opened.
We do.
So we were quite excited because a lot of the people were here today who were veterans and involved in the Wounded Warrior program, but also involved with veterans. So then we took them over there as well, and they want to get involved in our Veterans Center. So it really was a win-win for everyone today.
All around.
We felt.
Very good. Yes, the new Veterans Center is quite nice. I visited it a couple of weeks ago and just popped in just to say hello, and it was very cozy.
And what we're finding is the veterans who are here already and they're out working and whatever, they want to avail themselves to be mentors to our veterans coming back. And so I think that's really going to be tremendous for the veterans here, because when you first come, you've been in the military life, and then you have to get back into civilian life, and it's like, oh my goodness, so they can kind of help them in their path, and also just with other resources that are available to them, and how the job market works, and just the culture of that work environment as opposed to being in the military. So anyway, I think it really was a win-win. And then with the support of all of our legislators, it was fantastic, and our city people, that we really are a community college, and it really was the community coming together to do what's best for our students.
Great. It sounds wonderful. I'm so happy that our students will benefit. So that's wonderful.
So you'll have to come back and see the 3D printers at work and see all the cool things that they can make with those.
We're excited about that, and my producer and I have been speaking about that. So we will make a show for the 3D printing, and you guys can stay tuned to see that.
And we have some samples here on the table of what some of the machines have made. So if you want to just show that, then then the audience can see exactly. We see these big machines and all the tools that go with it, but then it's hard to imagine if you're not in that environment what that really means. So there are a few samples here that you can show them.
We're going to show the presentations that came today, but is there any special message you have?
Just that Glendale Community College is here for the community, and whether it's being interested in manufacturing or other areas, to please come see us, and we'd be glad to show people around.
All right, great.
So, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jan. Thank you. Well, thanks so much for watching. We're going to take you to the action today here at Glendale College, and you can see the dignitaries and the community that showed up. Thanks so much for watching.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. If I could have your attention and find your shady corner of our patio area. I am David Vire and proudly serve Glendale Community College as its superintendent president, a position I've held since July 1, and in that short time I've come to learn how truly premier this community college is and how well it serves its community. And joining me to welcome you as members of the Glendale Community College District Governing Board, let me introduce Ms. Ann Ransford, who is our board president, Mr. Tony Tartaglia, and Dr. Armine Hakopian. They are the leaders who help make this such a great college and to represent our community. Thank you, governing board members. We welcome all of you to Glendale Community College, and we thank you for being here to celebrate a very major advancement in the training of the next generation of manufacturing engineers and technologists. In a few moments, the Gene Haas Foundation will make a significant donation to the SME Education Foundation to help 1,000 men and women build careers in machining and manufacturing. There are many reasons why we are celebrating this important workforce development partnership at Glendale Community College. Today's partnership is about manufacturing, and Glendale Community College is located in the heart of a major manufacturing region, the Verdugo region, where 420 manufacturers employ over 13,000 men and women. Training in manufacturing and machining also has been a major part of our college's curriculum for 73 years. It was in 1940 that we introduced a 4-semester, 66-unit program to prepare machinists for World War II. And today, we continue as a leader in manufacturing training in Southern California. And we remain loyal to our roots by offering a new advanced manufacturing academy exclusively for our veterans. Glendale Community College also provides training in manufacturing skills for local businesses through the Glendale Community College Professional Development Center in Montrose. Since 1985, the Glendale Community College Professional Development Center has trained 33,000 employees from 4,300 companies. We are proud here of our business partnerships and training a region for economic success. And key today is our enduring and industrious relationship with Haas Automation. Here at Glendale Community College, we are recognized Haas Technical Education Center, and our Manufacturing and Technology Center features the most sophisticated and modern Haas equipment available, including 8 mills, 4 lathes, and 1 gantry router. And don't ask me to define what each of those is and show you exactly where those are in the tour, but we have them thanks to Haas. We value our partnership with Haas, a partnership that has served well our students, our community, our region, and an industry that, by the way, as you may have seen in the LA Times recently, the LA region is still number 3 in terms of manufacturing jobs across this great nation. So to begin our ceremony officially, please welcome the Chief Executive Officer of the Gene Haas Foundation, Mr. Gene Haas.
Actually, Gene Haas wasn't supposed to be here today, but he just showed up, so there's some confusion. Gene Haas is right here. Gene's going to be handing out the check, so he can do this if he wants. The Gene Haas Foundation was founded in 1999 to support the needs of the charitable organizations in the local area. The foundation has grown rapidly over the years to become one of the biggest foundations in the Ventura County. The Gene Haas Foundation really focuses mainly on children, the poor, and education. Since 1999, the Gene Haas Foundation has provided over $15 million in grants to deserving groups. Some of the support includes $1.5 million to the Boys and Girls Club, $1 million to hospitals and cancer research, and $4.2 million to schools and scholarships. The foundation was formed by Gene Haas, founder and CEO of Haas Automation, the largest machine tool company in America, and one of the top 3 in the world. It says here Gene couldn't be here today, but Gene's actually here. He wants to extend his thanks to all of you for your support in the technical trades, the machinists and the engineers. It's an area that's very important to our company and to Gene Haas. As a leader in American manufacturing, we recognize a critical need to train more manufacturing-based workers and engineers. And that's where Gene Haas and his foundation is putting his money. By establishing this scholarship foundation fund, we're helping to ensure a stronger educational system capable of supplying workers that are trained in the needs of the industry everywhere. Now, let me introduce you one of the graduates of the schools that have benefited from the Gene Haas Foundation scholarship funds. Lance Corporal James Marino Jr. has been a member of the United States Marine Corps. He's been a member for about 4 years, but in that short time, he served 2 duties over in Afghanistan. He's highly decorated, and he's a true hero. I'd like to invite Lance Corporal James Marino Jr. to the stage so he can personally tell you his story.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is James Moreno Jr. I was born on February 28, 1989 in San Antonio, Texas. I graduated high school May 2007. And by November 5th, I was able to fulfill my childhood dream and enlist in the United States Marine Corps. After completing recruit training and my School of Infantry, I was attached to 1st Battalion, 5th Marines at Camp Pendleton. All my hard work and training led me to my first combat tour to Nawa, Afghanistan in 2009. After a successful deployment, I returned to the States. Within months, I found myself back in Afghanistan. In the blink of an eye, while deployed on my second tour, I stepped on an improvised explosive device, commonly known as an IED. It shattered my heel bone and dislocated my ankle. After a painful year of limb salvage, I made the difficult decision to have my leg amputated. While on active duty, awaiting my medical separation from the Marine Corps, I was able to discover Workshop for Warriors. Workshop for Warriors was introduced to me by my career transition counselor at Balboa Hospital. Being a part of this program has helped me tremendously in my recovery, my healing, and my transition from the military. Some of my awards and decorations include the Purple Heart, Presidential Unit Citation, Navy Unit Commendation, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Afghanistan Campaign Medal, National Defense Medal, and Good Conduct Medal. But none of these medals won't get me a job. My last day in the Marine Corps is September 29th, and I am ready to start a new chapter in life. Despite all my injuries and unexpected violent transition to civilian life, I haven't lost hope. My goal is to live an independent life, help my fellow disabled, wounded, and returning veterans, develop my communication skills in order to achieve goals and contribute back to society. Workshop for Warriors has helped me define specific, actionable, and realistic goals. I'm now able to increase my employment readiness by building my resume, receive multiple certifications in Mastercam University and NIMS, develop job skills, benefit from on-the-job training, gain work experience, and build self-confidence. This would not have been possible without the support of Gene Haas, the Gene Haas Foundation, and the SME Education Foundation. This partnership with Workshop for Warriors has created the only accredited training pipeline for veterans and wounded warriors in America. A direct example of their support was when the Gene Haas Foundation gave me and my two Marine brothers a scholarship to Vincennes University in Indiana to learn advanced training on the mill and lathe machines. This not only helps me, but will enable me to teach others like myself a great opportunity to get back into the manufacturing workforce. They have been what we call a force multiplier. In closing, you have heard the Gene Haas Foundation and Society of Manufacturing Engineers Education Foundation help me and Workshop for Warriors. We need your support to create additional workshops for Warriors facilities nationwide in order to give more veterans and wounded warriors a way back into the manufacturing workforce. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
All right, I'd like to ask Kathy Burnham, Senior VP of Padella Spear, Birdsley, and Minneapolis to show up, and Gene Haas, please.
Thank you. What a terrific honor. For those of you who may not know, the SME Education Foundation is in the business of inspiring, preparing, and supporting students to become graduates in either technical or four-year degree programs in the STEM fields, mostly in manufacturing and engineering, which of course is a vital need in the U.S. It's gifts like this that allow us to provide scholarships as well as fuel programs that the SME Education Foundation so deservedly does for so many students. Since its inception, the Education Foundation, due to these wonderful grants and donations from groups like the Haas Foundation, have allowed us to award $38 million in scholarships to students throughout the U.S. Last year alone, through our partnership with Haas, which really started in 2008, we were able to reach 112 students at 23 different institutions through the generous donations from Haas, which we appreciate greatly. As a matter of fact, 44 of those 112 students were from the Workshop for Warriors program that we just learned about, so that is terrific. This year, the intent is to bridge and branch out beyond the U.S. So about 3/4 of this wonderful gift will be used to fund programs just like we have done in the U.S., but 1/4 of that is going to be used to fund programs in Mexico, Canada, and Europe. So for the first time, we're able to branch out into non-U.S. grounds as well, and reaching students in other countries. All of the students, we will work with Haas to identify students that are affiliated with Haas's Technical Education Network. So we will be sure to be working closely with the staff here to make sure that the money is put to good use, I assure you. So again, thank you so much on behalf of Bart Aslan, the Executive Director, who's here with me today, as well as Dennis Bray, who is the President of the SME Board of Directors. We thank you so much for this generous gift, and be assured it will be put to great use to help fuel the U.S.'s economy in manufacturing and engineering. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob, Kathy. And Mr. Haas, thank you very much for your philanthropic leadership and your example to all of how we return to the public and to the community that which we have earned. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. We are pleased to have so many distinguished leaders with us today from throughout the region, from government, from businesses, from community organizations, from our local schools and community colleges, our industry associations, and economic and workforce development entities. Thank you for your presence and your ongoing work to educate and improve our region. It is now my privilege to introduce several officials who bring special proclamations recognizing this generous gift and its meaning throughout the country. Congressman Adam Schiff.
Dr. VR, thank you. It's such a great pleasure to be here. And Mr. Haas, we're so delighted that you could join us today. Thank you for your extraordinary generosity and your leadership. You can tell that Mr. Haas is a person who's not used to be told that there's anything he cannot accomplish. So evidently when someone said he could not be here today, he said, "Oh, just watch me." And we're so delighted that you're here. This is a fabulous partnership and so important. We are now in a very small globalized economy where we are competing like never before with countries all over the world. It used to be that you had to come to the United States to do much manufacturing, much of the service industry had to be done here. That's no longer the case. We're not going to compete with much of the world on wages. We don't want to get in a fight with the third world on who can pay their people less. The only way we can compete and succeed and thrive and maintain a high standard of living is if we're the most productive people on earth. And you can't do that, I think, without two things. Without superb institutions of higher learning like Glendale Community College, and without making America once again a manufacturing powerhouse. So to see this partnership between the Haas Foundation and SME and Glendale Community College is just an extraordinary opportunity for people throughout our region. We had a job fair here in Glendale a couple of years ago, and one of the firms that came looking to hire was a defense contractor from Burbank, and they said they were looking for 40 new people, and they couldn't find the people that had the skills they needed. They needed people that could do basic mathematics, that had an understanding of engineering and science. They wanted to hire people locally, but they just couldn't find the talent. But through efforts like this, we are creating the talent of the next workforce. We are replacing many of the people now retiring after a lifetime in manufacturing and engineering with the next generation that will help build this country and carry it forward. So thank you again, Mr. Haas and your entire foundation. Thank you, SME. Thank you, Glendale Community College, and to the wonderful faculty administration here that has made this possible in such a wonderful joint effort. I have a couple certificates to present, but I'm going to wait until my colleagues have a chance to speak. We're delighted today. Dr. Vera will introduce her, but I wanted to say a quick word about Julia Brownlee, who represents one of the districts to my north. She is a fabulous new member of Congress. Bright, talented, committed, hardworking, respected tremendously on both sides of the aisle. Someone that I'm very proud to have as a colleague. Glad you're here in Glendale with us today, Julia. But congratulations again to everyone, and Mr. Haas, sincere thanks.
And yes, indeed, we are proud to have Congresswoman Julia Brownlee with us.
Well, hello, and it is absolutely great to be here to celebrate this great occasion. And as was stated, I am a new member of Congress, and Congressman Schiff is one of our extraordinary congressmen in Washington, D.C., and we are all so very, very fortunate to have him there, to have his wisdom and guidance, and for our country's sake and for all of our sake, he has been a tremendous asset to me as I have turned to him for guidance and advice, and cannot thank him enough for his support and leadership. And I'd also like to thank the Society of Manufacturing Engineers and the SME Foundation for the work they do to prepare the next generation of students for the next generation of manufacturing jobs. I was so delighted to be able to speak at this event because it represents 3 areas I'm most passionate about. In the California State Assembly, where I chaired the Education Committee, I have been a staunch advocate for community colleges and the absolute essential contribution they make to educating our students and growing our economy. As a member of the Veteran Affairs Committee in Congress, I'm keenly aware of the sacrifice our veterans have made to our country and of the obligation we have as a nation to make sure their transition into civilian life is as rewarding as their service to our country. That means not only making sure they receive the benefits they've earned and deserve in a timely manner, but that our veterans are also able to transfer the skills they received during service to find highly skilled, high-paying jobs in the private sector. And finally, as a representative for Ventura County in Congress, I'm so proud to be able to represent a company like Haas Automation and the great work they do through the Haas Foundation. Manufacturing has always been the lifeblood of our nation's economy and the key to growing and strengthening the middle class and to compete in today's global economy, and we cannot fall behind. Companies like Haas Automation not only provide the tools critical to a successful manufacturing sector that keeps America competitive, but through the Haas Foundation, they have given back to our community and through scholarships like the one announced today have helped train today's students for manufacturing jobs for tomorrow. Thank you, Glendale Community College, Dr. Murch and President Vire for hosting this event and for the work you do to educate tomorrow's workforce. Thank you, Gene Haas and Bob Murray, for your leadership in Ventura County and for your investment through the Haas Foundation in today's students and our future leaders. And I especially want to thank Lance Corporal James Marino, not only for your service to our country, but for showing how we can work together as a nation through public-private partnerships, through investments in education, and through a dedication to giving back to those who have served our country. All coming together to create high-paying, high-skilled jobs that will continue to grow and strengthen the middle class, and that will keep America's economy vibrant and competitive in a 21st century global economy. I'd also like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today about 3 of my great passions: veterans, education, and Ventura County. It's truly an honor to be here. Thank you very, very much.
And now, our namesake city, the city of Glendale, represented here today by Mayor Dave Weaver, Laura Friedman, council member, Frank Quintero, council member, Zare Zananian, council member, and city manager Scott Ochoa. Mayor, please.
Well, up until about 10 minutes ago, I didn't know I was speaking today. I looked in the program, there was my name. So let me ad-lib a few things. I attended Glendale College back in 1960 when it was called a junior college, which was kind of derogatory. Now it's a community college. Following getting my engineering degree and my time in the Navy, working as a career, I still remember in the old days, a Bendix computer that took up the size of a room was the first way we dealt with technology, and the cards that we made and dropped on the floor and had to try to figure out where they all went. Then when I get elected to council back in 97, still working downtown LA, I'd come in on Tuesday mornings and maybe, just maybe, there'd be one yellow slip on my phone that somebody called and I should call them back. Today, I might get 50 to 100 emails a day. That's technology for you. We've gone so far in advance. Think where we're going to be another 20, 30 years. The only way that we're going to be able to compete as a country, has been said, is through technology and educating a workforce that is growing up to new ways of managing that technology. That's why this gift from the Haas Foundation is so important. Teach our young new ways of doing business. We won't be able to compete with the labor force anywhere, but we can certainly delve into all the new ways that technology is going to be evolving in the years to come. With that, I have some certificates, but I'll pass them out later. Thank you very much.
If I could, why don't we start with Lance Corporal James Moreno. Corporal, we're so grateful for your service and honored to have you with us today. And we would both like to present this certificate of special congressional recognition in honor of your service to the country and with congratulations upon receiving the Gene Haas Foundation training grant. Thank you so much, Corporal, and we wish you every success in the future.
Thank you. Why don't you stand between the two of us? All right.
Congratulations.
Okay.
And Dr. Vire, if we could present this to you on behalf of the staff of Glendale Community College Manufacturing Technology Center, with appreciation for your support of scholarship programs of the Gene Haas Foundation and SME Education Foundation, and in recognition of outstanding and invaluable service to the community. And now if I could invite a representative of SME Education Foundation to come and join us.
And last but not least, a certificate of special congressional recognition to Gene Haas and the Gene Haas Foundation to express our tremendous gratitude.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Why don't you stand in the middle?
That's very nice. It's beautiful. I really appreciate that.
And now from the office of Senator Carol Liu, Joyce Royce Aguilera.
Yeah, we'll just do a little tag team here. Hi, everybody. On behalf of State Senator Carol Liu, she sends her well wishes from Sacramento and would like me to present a certificate of recognition to the Gene Haas Foundation for their outstanding generosity. Their tremendous contribution will not only improve the educational opportunities of our students in machining and manufacturing fields, but will provide them the skills necessary for future success. We thank the Gene Haas Foundation in addition to the SME Educational Foundation and GCC. In addition, I do want to recognize a special person in the audience, Samuel Tapia, who's our veteran intern in our office, who will be the first of many in our newly minted veteran internship from State Senator Carol Liu. Thank you.
Okay, and from Office of Assemblyman Mike Gatto, Suzanne Dunwell.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today on behalf of Assemblyman Maigado, who sends his regrets. He too, like Senator Liu, is held captive at Sacramento today. I have certificates of recognition here for the Glenn Haas Foundation, the SME Education Foundation, and the Glendale Community College Manufacturing Technology Center. We want to thank you. We might be number 3 in manufacturing, but we're number 1 in providing the best opportunities for students and their future. So we thank you for that. I also have a certificate here for Lance Corporal James Moreno Jr. So thank you for your service, and I guess we'll be passing these out at the end. I'm also doing double duty today because representatives from Assemblyman Jeff Carell's office could not be here, so I have certificates from his office as well, and they wish you well today.
From the Office of Supervisor Michael Antonovich, Rita Hajimana Ukian.
Very good. It's a pleasure to be here today on behalf of the supervisor, and I echo everyone's comments. This is a great day for GCC. This is a great day for our community, and definitely a great day for our future workforce. So wishing the program continued success, and I too have certificates that we'll get out later. Thank you.
And representing Ventura County Supervisor John Zaragoza, Stan Hakes.
Thank you for this opportunity to represent not only Supervisor Zaragoza, but the entire Ventura County Board of Supervisors. Supervisor Zaragoza would like to commend Mr. Haas and Haas Automation. Before we even talk about the Haas Foundation, Haas Automation is such a great asset for our community, providing hundreds of high-paying, skilled jobs with good benefits. The Congressman Schiff had pointed out that we don't want to have a race to the bottom. We want to be competitive and provide those fantastic jobs. So we're really appreciative of Mr. Haas and the Haas Automation. We're also very appreciative of the Haas Foundation and their $1 million check that they provided to SME Education Foundation. The Board of Supervisors has prepared a resolution signed by all 5 of the supervisors. And I'll just read there's a lot of whereases, but to make it short at the end, we'll say, therefore, be it resolved, the Ventura County Board of Supervisors commends the Gene Haas Foundation and the SME Education Foundation for its dedication and commitment to the education and enhancing the manufacturing industry and supporting the vitality of the U.S. and the global economy. On behalf of Supervisor Zaragoza and the Ventura County Board of Supervisors, thank you.
Again, on behalf of our local elected governing board and myself and all who work at Glendale Community College with heart and soul and mind and major effort, we thank you for being here with us today on this very warm day. Thought the board members, you promised me it was never higher than 70 degrees in Los Angeles, but we've enjoyed having you all here. There will be tours provided of our Manufacturing Technology Center down below. Please take advantage of the opportunity to see that great Haas equipment and what's going on, and plenty of great food at the back here. Please stay and enjoy and visit with each other. Thank you for being at Glendale Community College today.